Yeah,
Yeah.
Duolingo.
Okay.
I don't know what the technical term is. You hear them coming down the street
Yeah.
in the drive. Dingle, dingle, dingle.
That was me. I just lived and breathed the sugar world industry.
That's beautiful. That's the way that happens, because it doesn't happen for everybody.
Divine intervention was like, no, baby girl.
Yeah.
I said, okay, there's something here that I probably need to let go and step away from. I woke up with what is called Bell's palsy. How did I not know that massage was this beneficial?
Most people don't.
No. And that was what really got me.
Everything that you desire or that's worthy is on the other side of fear.
It really felt like I was just above water. Just enough.
To stay alive.
Yes.
You witnessed it for yourself that this was impactful. And your whole purpose in going down this path was to do that for other people.
My heart just sank.
Bam! Here we are at the BAM BIZ TALK podcast. And today I am with Miss Brenda Bee of Honey and Sage Spa. Welcome to
Yes.
the show.
Thank you so much for having me.
Absolutely. I've been wanting to get you on here for a while.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah.
I have been wanting to do a little podcast with you, so I love how.
Well, here we are, right?
It's gonna be- yeah.
And it's cool the way things are lined up. Like I was going to be in Odessa all day and I was like, hey, I got this and that, but I'm free at this time. You're like, I'm actually free at that time.
Yeah.
I'm like, let's
do
go.
it.
So you are LMT, licensed massage therapist,
Yes,
right?
sir.
Like,
Mm.
get those right?
Yes, you did.
So that's super cool because first of all, let me just say that congratulations on your success.
Thank you.
Straight out the gate.
Yeah.
It was like they waved that checkered flag and you were gone. You were on it.
It's
And
wild.
yeah, it's so wild, but that's beautiful. That's the way that happens because it doesn't happen for everybody. But that's not to say that you haven't gone through your own struggles.
Yeah, definitely.
You sure have. But you seem to take those struggles and always make the positive out of it. And we'll get into that. What are those struggles? How do you overcome them? How did you get to be where you're at? And what's in the future?
Okay.
What
Yeah.
does Brenda see for Honey and Sage in the future?
Hmm.
But first, so tell us a little bit about yourself. Like, how'd you get into being a massage therapist?
How did I get into being a massage therapist? I really do feel like it was God driven. I had no desire of being anything else other than a sugar artist. I was a sugar artist prior to massage. I just lived and breathed the sugar world industry, the cake industry specifically.
Okay, so the sugar industry is part of the cake, or the cake industry is part of the sugar industry.
Yes.
Okay.
I never saw myself in another profession. The sugar world was my jam. That is what I absolutely loved. I decorated cakes. I would compete at a state level with my sugar works. I did everything from blown sugar to chocolate sculptures. I worked with ice malt. I did wedding cakes, birthday cakes, quinceañera cakes. I did 3D cakes. So if you wanted a dinosaur that moved and breathed smoke, I was that girl to make that happen for you.
Right? And it moved.
Yes, some part of it would be mechanical, and
Okay.
I loved it. I loved doing cakes, working with cakes. That was what I always thought that I would have a business in.
Mhm.
But God had other plans. And I find that it's comical looking back, how sometimes we try so hard.
Uh-huh.
And I did everything that I needed to do in the sugar industry to become so educated and skilled in that profession.
You threw yourself into it.
I did.
You were there
Body,
living.
heart, and soul. Like these conventions that I would go to where we'd compete in Austin. And anyone who was in the sugar industry, like professionals, people that you'd see on the Food Network, they would come down to this Austin. It's called That Takes the Cake. It's That Takes the Cake show. And they were the judges. So we were not being judged by just somebody local, like
Right.
professional pastry chefs.
Who do this themselves.
Yeah, all day, every day. I would come down and I'd take their classes. I developed a family there. We say our sugar families. I had sugar sisters, and my sugar mama is what I call her. She's my mentor, Miss Earlene Moore. I absolutely love that woman. And that was just where I thought that my life path was.
Yeah. But you felt that you were in your zone. You
Yeah.
felt comfortable there.
For sure.
Yeah.
Like there's no getting out of this. I'm fully invested.
Yeah.
But divine intervention was like, no, baby girl.
Yeah.
This is not it. There was a season, I had just moved into the house that I'm at now. And I had two of the most high profile cakes that I was going to deliver. I said there was an appointment for them. They were about a week apart. And these were the biggest catering. I did everything. I did the carved fruit for them, the fruit trays, the dessert tables. And I'm talking about, this is almost a decade ago. So now the cakes that are so normal on the dessert tables, that's the norm now. I was introducing that 10 years ago. And this was it to me, or to any cake decorator. When you hit the market of the wedding and the quinceañeras, you made it there.
Yeah.
That's heaven. That's the sweet spot. And as I was getting ready for these cakes, like anything that could happen, did happen.
Entrepreneurs and small business owners, are you searching for ways of taking your business to the next level? BAM is your answer. We specialize in crafting high-performance marketing strategies that put your brand front and center right in the palm of your customers' hands. Not only can we create a premium website full of features that optimize your social media and digital marketing presence, but we ensure that your brand gets multiple views from your target audience and even those visiting your competition. BAM is your go-to solution in the Permian Basin. But we're not just about digital and social media marketing. We're a one-stop shop offering a spectrum of services, including business mentorship, strategic planning, market research, and access to capital. That's right. We can get you funding to expand your business. With BAM, you're not just getting a service, you're gaining a partner committed to your growth for the life of your business. Our team of experts in small business development will be with you every step of the way, offering the guidance, support, and services you need. So why wait? Kickstart your journey to success today. Call us to set up a free consultation and discover how BAM can help your business soar above the rest. 432-247-8840. Call today and get your business launched. The BAM Biz Talk podcast is brought to you by our sponsor, Pachuco's Restaurant. Craving authentic and eclectic cuisine in Midland? Well, Pachuco's has you covered. Located in downtown Midland at the ever so legendary and iconic historic building at 316 North Big Spring Street, Pachuco's blends rich and unique flavors in a conveniently pleasant and vibrant atmosphere. Enjoy the highest quality barbecue, savory tacos, burgers, and a variety of other mouth-watering dishes that reflect the spirit of a true Pachuco cuisine. Real, authentic, and just plain different. Check out their menu at www.pachucos432.com or call 432-218-8806 to inquire, or better yet, just show up and get your shine on. At Pachucos, where heritage, exquisite taste, and hospitality come together for an unforgettable dining experience. Pachucos, Midland, Texas.
Contact us for podcast sponsorship opportunities.
Now back to the show.
There was this huge storm. I don't know if you remember the storm several years back, where the hail was so big.
Yeah.
And it just ripped through the whole town.
Yeah, everybody got demolished.
Yes, everyone's windows were busted. It was during that time. I was baking. I'm under cottage law and working under that wonderful umbrella for cake decorators. I had 2-3 refrigerators going. The stove had mixers, appliances, so many things to get this contract going. And in this new home, the electricity wouldn't support everything that I had. So the power kept going out. Trying to crank these two.
And where you need consistent heat.
Yes. And then the cooling after that. we were delivering one of the cakes, and it was like a 5-tier cake. So this cake is like 3 to 4 feet tall. It's a huge cake.
Wow.
And when we get to the vicinity, it was so hot because it's summer. The frosting just completely melted. And we had to assemble that cake, make new frosting, put new fondant on, new decorations. And we actually did that in their freezer. What is it called? The walk-in? Where they had their beers.
I can't do that on the spot.
Yeah, we had to do it on the spot in there. And that was the chilliest place that we could find to where then this cake would set, because it was hours upon before the show was going to start. The quinceañera was going to come in. And so the cake had already needed to be there. I'm telling you, that could have been a whole TV show. That whole,
Itself, right?
Yes. Even with those setbacks, I was like, it's okay. You still go. You're still going. I'm still in pursuit.
That's what you do.
done.
You got a problem, something happened, you fix it, and
For
go.
sure.
Let's go.
Yes,
Make it
let's
good.
go. And it wasn't until it was the second cake order, and we packed everything up, and we were getting ready to go, and we're traveling to our second location. And I had these beautiful cake stands, and all of this, they were heirlooms of sugar pieces and crystal that we had that we were going to place so that we can put our pastries on.
Heirlooms, like they're old, like they had been handed down, generational, or
more heirlooms in the sugar industry. Going to Austin, you meet a whole lot of people, and that really is a community in itself. And there were a couple of wonderful, beautiful, talented ladies that they eventually got their own line of products. They would go on to, do cakes on television, or they'd do a new product line, or they'd set up their own businesses. And so they had items that they no longer, needed. You upgrade, right?
yeah.
And so these beautiful stands, they're like, baby, I have this. I thought about you. Would you want them? Like, of course, I want this. Like, it's everything. It was very precious. And it's priceless. And going to open the door from the trunk and just seeing all of that just fall out and just shatter everywhere.
Oh,
I mean,
heartbreaking.
Yes, it was. And these beautiful memories, and this moment of, what am I doing? What is going on? Like, God, I think I get your side.
If there was ever a sign.
Yeah, it was that.
So the cakes, were they on these stands when it fell? So everything fell? Or
So no, thank goodness. So usually when you pack, you always want to put the cakes first. And you want to secure that. And then if there's space, which there was a huge trunk space, then you put like all of these other items. So then you can pack those, put them in while the AC is still going in the car. So your cakes are still cool. Then you can set everything up, and then now you get the cakes out, and then you place them,
Gotcha.
Wherever that they need to be accordingly. So that was the most beneficial way that I would do it. 100 times, I would rather it been the cake stands than the actual desserts, for sure.
Right.
And I think any cake decorator would 100%
because that's the
relate.
product itself, right?
Yes. So
Cake stands are just how you're displaying.
Yeah. Going to Hobby Lobby.
Quick. Yeah.
Real quick, trying to get that ready because we still needed to present something.
Yeah.
But that was the moment that I was like, okay, there are too many big disasters. Like one big disaster, you can, okay, that happened. The storm broke so many windows. We can fix that during this situation while we're taping it, but the show must go on. But that and the power, not having AC and the cake melting, like, you think that in the history of cake decorating, that would happen within like months. Separated.
back.
Yeah. Maybe 1 month the cake melted. The next month the house wasn't up to speed for all the electricity, and so it kept going out. But back to events. I said, okay, there's something here that I probably need to let go and step away from. Still decided to, because I'm an entrepreneur like that, to stay in the sugar umbrella.
Angel here with the BAM Entrepreneurial Center. I've got a burning question for all you dedicated business owners out there, especially if you're in the oil and gas service sectors. You know who you are, the ones who genuinely care about giving your customers an unforgettable experience and who understand the real goal behind every hardworking employee. Do your employees' days often feel like an endless juggling act, trying to stay on top of everything? Do you ever feel swamped trying to get customers updated about their equipment or the job they've entrusted with you? If the chaos feels overwhelming and you're searching for that magic touch to get everything running smoothly as possible, well, I've got some exciting news for you guys. Drum roll, please. Bam! Workflow Wizard is here. Now, it's not just a tool, it's your business companion. With just a few clicks, you'll see the change. Streamlined business processes, soaring efficiency, reduced errors. And the best part, when your operations thrive, guess what? So do your profit margins. That's what it's about.
Hi, my name is Melissa Romo. I'm the owner of West Texas Pressure Testing, an inspection and recertification company. We inspect customers' equipment to make sure they can continue using it properly for whatever business purpose. The BAM Workflow Wizard has really helped me take my business to the next level because I am able to offer our customers online access 24 hours a day, 7 days a week to the charts that we provide them after their inspection. This has really made everything so much easier because they don't have to call us anymore to get a chart. They don't have to worry about losing paper copies or USBs. And so now whoever runs the operations or has control of the equipment has a way to easily access those charts. As well as for us, we have a very organized and accessible record of these charts. And it has really brought us up to par on technology with some of the bigger competitors in our industry. So it's been a really helpful tool, and I look forward to growing my business with it.
Want to see the magic in action? Dive in with BAM Workflow Wizard, and let's revolutionize the way you work. So give me a call today, 432-247-8841, 247-8841. And let's get your operations running smooth like that beautiful, sweet Texas black gold. See you soon.
And I decided to open a raspa stand. So raspas are snow cones. And I opened it like the old school way. So have you been to Mexico where there's that huge block of ice
Yeah.
and you scrape in it?
They're saving it. Yeah.
Yeah, and you could hear them like a block away. It's the best.
Yeah. And they use that real syrup, like that
For
really
real,
super
yes.
sweet. Yeah.
And I introduced that to the Parks Legato Farmers Market. It was their first year that they were opening. And that's always part of the vendors there for the grand opening. And it was a hit. People were like, what in the world is what she did with that ice? Oh, there are snow cones and so many blessings. This is great. We need this. And it was set up in the vendor's bike from Mexico. Have you seen what is this called? It has a basket and then the bike is attached to it.
Yeah. Dingolingo.
Okay.
I don't know what the technical term is. You hear them coming down the street with the truck. Dingle, 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 dingle.
That was me. And they loved it.
Yeah.
So 4 hours with my hands, freezing cold, with this ice, all of that, making these amazing, freshly made snow cones in the heat in West Texas summer.
Yeah.
That was not a great combination for me. When we finished, I was putting everything up and I started not to feel really well. And then that next morning, I woke up with what is called Bell's palsy. So Bell's is facial paralysis. So you develop it on one side or sometimes on both. And my situation with Bell's, there's like a spectrum. You can go from like very light with Bell's to like from 1 to 10. So 10 would be the worst. And I was on the more severe end. I could not hold any liquids. I couldn't drink out of a straw. The water would just spill out. My eye, I couldn't close it. It was full on paralysis, and it was pretty scary, especially being a woman. It's our face. It's so scary. And that sounds so painful.
That's
true.
Real. Anybody used to think that they're gonna be self-conscious.
Like, oh my goodness. Yeah. And
was it the shock of being your hands on cold ice for several hours, and then the heat, the contrast shocked your system maybe?
Yes.
Oh wow.
A lot of things can trigger Bell's. Stress can actually cause an onset. You can have a viral infection, so you can have strep or the flu, and that gets in between like your jawline, and that can cause Bell's as well, or severe temperature change. So when grandma and those that are in the Latin community, like, you're gonna get it. Grandma will always say, don't go take a warm shower and then go outside to cold air. Don't like, for real, don't do that.
Listen to grandma.
Porque se te cae la cara. For real.
Oh wow.
And it's yes. So that's Bell's.
I thought that was just something that was a saying.
Yeah, it was like for real. And so listen to grandma. I was terrified. I didn't know much about my situation. I contacted my family and word spreads, and I knew an aunt that they said, She had bells and she never recovered from it. So she had the facial paralysis, and I was like, oh man, this can really be for life.
Right.
And my doctors made me feel that way. They were like, girl,
Can't do nothing about it.
no, that it's really severe.
Mhm.
This was in June. They said, do not be surprised if by December you still look like that. Like,
Wow.
it may not go away. Like, just embrace that possibility.
Learn to live with. Wow. Yeah.
They gave me a week's worth of steroids, so 7 pills, 1 a day. And they said, vaya con Dios, good luck.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was it. I really embraced people's recommendations. Some people were like, try acupuncture, try this, drink this tea. It can calm you down because it could be stress. And then someone recommended massage. I went to go see a massage therapist, and she was just lovely. She assessed me, and she was like, there's a lot of puffiness. You have a lot of inflammation. So inflammation, when it's in the body, especially on the face, it manifested there for me. Our nervous system, it's not able to communicate. It basically, it's like a stoplight. Everything's in pause until this swelling goes
Down, right?
Mhm.
Because just spatial
Yes.
doesn't have it can't communicate the same. Okay, I see what you're saying.
So imagine like it's just everything's being constructed, everything's just squeezed, making room for all of this inflation, all this puffiness. And she said, I can teach you how to self-massage, but you should massage every day and all day for as many times as you can throughout the day. And that style of massage is a lymphatic massage. I went to YouTube and I also researched there. Most information on YouTube, they say just massage the face. So it's just like the forehead, the nose, cheek, everything that is hurting. But with her, she's like, no, we need to do the scalp, the neck, our pectoral, our back, our arm. Like we need to move all of this because it's not just in one area. It manifested there. But allowing the body to essentially make those pathways again to remind the body, okay, you can flush this inflammation out of the system. And within a month and a half, because I was religiously doing them every day, I was about 85 to 90% recovered. Yeah, within a month. That was...
Doctors trip out.
Yes, they were like, oh my goodness, what are you doing? And I told them, I'm doing massages, I'm self-massaging. They're like, oh, okay. And
They're like, it was our steroids.
yeah, no.
It just took a month and a half to kick in.
See, and I love that you pointed that out, because by the time I met this therapist, weeks had already passed. When I saw the doctor, I saw the doctor that next day, and they said, because you took 24 hours, there's no hope for you.
Man,
Yeah.
come on.
And I see this therapist 2-3 weeks after that, and then from that, a month,
Right.
you know?
And then you're healed. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm like, oh my goodness, massage is
What
amazing.
is this? Yeah.
How did I not know that massage was this beneficial?
Most people don't.
No. And that was what really got me into the journey of massage.
So your self-healing sparked a curiosity.
Yes.
Just how miraculous.
Yeah.
How did that happen? Just from, it's not like you're taking these tinctures or reading from ancient scripts. Because you tried whatever they would do. Let's go to the doctor.
Yes.
Go to the
Yeah.
doctor. So
That's our first thought.
So that's natural for everybody. Let's try out Western medicine. And then you even tried acupuncture, right?
Yeah.
Which is good for a lot of things, right? They both have their purpose and place for things, right? But nothing was working. And you meet someone who says, massage yourself.
Yeah.
And teaches you how. Of course, there's a technique and everything, right?
Yeah.
In a certain way and duration. And so that sparks an interest in you. Because you healed yourself. You proved before you even got into it.
Definitely. That was the moment for me. That's when all of this passion just came over. When I say it's God driven, I really mean that. Because as I said earlier, I was a sugar artist and I was really good in my field.
Yeah.
I had thought at one point, maybe I should become a chef, a pastry chef, go to school for that, be more legitimate, I guess we can say. And I remember those doors just opening and me taking one step foot inside. And I was like, no, I cannot do this. I never saw myself as someone that goes to college. I just didn't think that it was in me. The anxiety came over and I just ran back to my car and I said, I cannot do this. I can't. But with this situation that happened to me physically and really seeing the results, massage is very healing.
Mm-hmm.
It's a holistic aspect to heal the body. And when the doctors gave me no faith, they just were like, accept that you're just going to be like this. And it can happen. Massage really, it helped me through that. And I got to witness for what felt to me like this miracle.
Yeah.
And I said, I want to show the world this. I want other people to feel how I felt when I got to see myself in the mirror and I could smile again.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, because I wasn't able to do that.
Yeah.
And to have a full smile back, I said, Lord,
Yeah.
thank you.
Yeah.
And I want to pass this on. So all that courage, all of that curiosity, all of that passion really allowed me to push back my fears and go in and enroll for massage.
Yeah. And get your LMT.
Yeah.
Because it takes a lot. If you never saw yourself going to school, then you go to school and you're like, what am I doing here?
Yeah, seriously.
You feel overwhelmed.
Yeah.
It's like a lot of people in here, you're probably thinking, oh, they're so much smarter. How am I gonna do this?
Yes.
It's overwhelming. But your purpose, right? It gave you the confidence to push through that fear. And I'm gonna mess up the saying. Like everything that you desire or that's worthy is on the other side of fear.
I love that.
I know I'm chopping it up, but yeah, you push through, you get to the other side of fear, and then you can operate.
Yeah.
So that's a beautiful story.
Yeah.
Thank you for sharing that, because it shows this is your purpose, right? And before, when you were a sugar artist,
Yeah, I
right?
thought that was my
Yeah, you were in it. You were loving it. But then you come across these obstacles that could you have kept on pushing and maybe done something in that industry? Absolutely.
Yes. Yeah.
But you were self-aware enough to read the signs, right? Read the writing on the wall. You're like, is this something that I really want to push through to make happen? So then you just, you're still in the industry, right? Snow cones. You're still in the sweet industry, you know?
I still got my toe in it.
Yeah.
So to speak.
You still went there, right?
Yeah.
And then it's crazy how that experience pivoted you all the way over to now.
Something completely different.
Yeah.
Completely different. So with the cake industry, we're like, how can I put it? It's going to sound silly, maybe. We're like scientists.
Okay.
Engineers might be better.
Yeah, especially if you got moving
Yes.
dinosaurs blowing smoke.
Yeah. I mean, it's you're using a completely different side of the
chemistry,
brain.
right?
Yeah, and imagination with massage and going into that. And I'm so glad that you talked about it because school was so difficult. I was like, in class, I'm like, I didn't know I signed up to be a doctor. What am I studying? Whoa, these are some big words.
And use your abdomen, lung, whatever.
That right there. It was very hectic and it was very scary. The best way I can put it, and I think other people that are in it can really adhere to what I'm about to say, but it really felt like I was just above water. Just going through it, I just felt like I was drowning a little bit and then I'd come up to the surface just enough
to stay alive.
Yes, to get through there. And then COVID hits. So I'm going to school during the middle of the pandemic.
Oh, wow.
Everything gets turned off.
For something that you're hands-on, literally hands-on. With other people.
Yes.
Can't do that anymore.
Good luck trying to find people for clinicals. Let me tell you, that was a very scary time. Nobody wanted to go out. Nobody wanted that proximity or that touch. Our instructors, they were actually nurses as well. So they were needed at the hospitals. So everything just, it felt like another storm. This brought me back to the time of the cakes. But I'm like, I'm in it. You know?
Here, huh?
Okay, let's keep on pushing. And the online classes were interesting because some of our teachings were like, imagine there's a person in front of you and you're massaging the forearm. And I'm like, great, with 0.
Oh, wow.
with zero practice or knowledge of the human body, because I did cakes. I was all with sugar and chocolate and all the fun fairy stuff. And now it's super medical terminology and this muscle and that bone and these ligaments. And I'm like, I'm supposed to just imagine all of
Right.
Thank you.
Huh.
It was interesting.
You just like set up like pillows and wrap them in the blanket,
Oh, for sure. And I did at one point.
Well, yeah, that's what I would.
Whenever
I was like, okay, that's the
we're
arm.
into practice. Like, okay, we're gonna do this. I was very fortunate to have come across a married couple, and again, I have to reiterate how there's some things that we really just want to let God and let the divine, let spirit kind of navigate, because people were truly afraid. I don't know if we really remember how it was 3 years ago.
Yeah.
They were terrified. We had just no idea how the future was going to be. And I ended up speaking to this couple, and they were like, you come over. Yeah, we could do a massage. That'd be awesome. And what was really great about it is that they were powerlifters.
Okay.
So this was very interesting for me because they were very goal-driven. When you are anyone that's in any type of sports, they're all athletes.
Yeah.
And they have an idea of how their body works and when their body's off. And they are very in tune with themselves in that way and how they want to perform and when they have an off season, so to speak. So she had told me at one point, she was like, when I squat down, I guess the deadlift, when she was doing the deadlift, she's, you come down and kind of pick that up.
Yeah.
I can feel that there's just like a tightness around my leg area, and I am not able to move how I know I can move, how I can perform. This has been an issue that I have had for so many years. I want to say, several years. And she said, and I've gone to I've tried different things, but nothing has worked so far. She said, so what do you think? And I'm like, okay, I can do that.
As a student.
As a student. So I'm like on YouTube.
Awesome.
Looking for those muscles. And I'm like, what might be going on here? I'm going through my books. A lot of self-taught moments in that space. But that aspect of it, I was not a stranger to, because if somebody came to me and told me I want a dinosaur,
You'd figure it out.
yeah, I'd be like, I can do that for sure. And then again, figuring it out as we go. So I was just really glad that she was going to let me work on her, because nobody wanted touch at that time. And so I go, and we are in session, and I'm working through some of the muscles, and there's some tension there. And then the next session, we go a little bit deeper, and we were working on it, doing a full body, going back to this area. And so by the third session, I was just like, you know what? Let me just see. I'm like, is it okay if I just essentially explore? Because I had this, I don't know how to describe it, maybe like intuition. There was just something that was just calling me.
Yeah.
And I said, are you okay with that? And she's like, yeah, no, go ahead. I start massaging, and I remember one of our instructors had commented that during the clinical times that we were going to do what is called a blindfolded massage. And so we didn't get a chance to do that, of course, but you essentially blindfold yourself, and then you perform the massage, because you remove one sense, you heighten the sense of everything else.
Yeah. Like Obi-Wan Kenobi. Like, bless you.
For sure.
Oh, so you're like a Jedi.
I love it. And so then I go and I close my eyes and I just start massaging, and it was like I could see it. I don't know how to best explain that. And I told her, I said, this is deeper than what we are doing right now. And I said, so are you okay if I go deeper? And she was like, yeah. And so I used my elbow, I'm pressing down, and I'm like now using my whole body to apply this pressure. And then I feel something that is almost the size of like a marble And then I just remember, this is a terminology called J hooking. So you use like your elbow and you form like a J. And I just felt that dissolve. Almost, I don't want to say pop because that's not essentially what it is. And so I was like, oh my God. And I'm like, are you okay? She's like, yeah. She's like, it hurt a little bit. And I feel a little sore, but I think I'm okay. So I said, okay. So then I called like my instructor and I was like, hey, this just happened. I don't know what I'm doing. And they said, no, that was a knot. You released it. I'm like, okay. So that's what that feels like.
It is. Yeah.
Okay. A week later, she sends me a message just thanking me. She's like, thank you so much. I feel great. I feel amazing. She was able to squat deeper and lower with more weight than she had in the past couple of years.
You had her hitting her PRs.
Yeah.
That's
It was
awesome.
incredible. That just blew my mind. And I knew that was the direction of,
It reinforced why you were there.
yeah, for sure. of where I was
Right.
going.
Yeah, because just the fact that she had this for several years and gone to other massage therapists and tried different things to heal this one problem, and a student solved the problem. That's amazing. That's awesome.
It was incredible. And she actually competed and she won what is called the crown. So I guess that's like the best from that whole,
Okay.
from that year. It was incredible. I'm not saying that I had a lot to do with it. Of course, that's her. But to be able to see how the body can hold tension and just relieving that tension, how much then more you can push your body. Because she like pushed it way more after that.
Yeah.
And she was able to win it all, essentially.
Because that little element, I don't know what you call
elbow
it,
push.
it was holding her back.
Yes. Yeah, that little knot was what was preventing her to get her full range of motion.
And you going into Jedi mode
For real. Yeah.
saved her.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
It was the coolest experience
That is
ever.
awesome.
The first of many. It really got me more focused in that avenue of massage. When I was still a student, I still didn't know. I mean, I was still in class essentially. Graduating was interesting.
COVID graduation.
Yeah. You're like, you can just go pick up your diploma.
Drive by diploma.
I didn't even get to have that. So sad. But those things where before I probably would have been like another setback. Because coming from the mindset of I could never walk into a college because I'm not apt for this, then actually being in there, being really excited to walk the stage, and that gets taken away as well. It can have an adverse effect, but it didn't. I was just like, whoa, I passed. Like, wait, I got it. What's the next step?
Yeah, I think it's because you went in there with a purpose to learn the craft, right?
Yes.
I think a lot of people go to college or go for certain things because they're going for the paper that they're going to receive when it's done. There's a big difference between receiving the accolade for it and actually getting what you went there, what the purpose is, right? So you found your purpose, then you went to go engage in your purpose. So now you went to go acquire the knowledge, the basic knowledge of how to be a masseuse.
Yeah.
Right? Now you're legit on paper.
I'm legit. Yeah.
And then you're off to the races.
For sure.
And you don't pause.
Not yet.
No, there was no stalling for you.
Oh, it's go time.
Because you hit it and then you start winning awards.
Wow. Talk about mind blowing. Like, it's so humbling. Maybe I'm going to get a little teary eyed. The tears that just shed from realizing I had just won the People's Choice, the Best of the Permian Basin.
Your first year
In
out.
my first year, yeah.
Man, the People's Champ.
Wow. I remember just
Yeah.
being in this room and just in tears, just like being so grateful and really thanking God to see that this is the fruits of that. People really took on the style of massage that I was bringing. This wasn't just, okay, let's do a massage so we can relax you. And it's not a choreographed massage. You come here and you tell me, we sit down, we talk, and they say, let's say, for example, it's my shoulder. My shoulders are hurting. I curate that whole massage for that specific area. If someone can come in, the next person, it's my hip. My hip is, I don't know what's going on. We do a little assessment and we work on there. And still full body, but more goal-driven massage.
Okay.
And I think that is what has made a difference.
Yeah, because there's an immediate impact.
Yes. Yeah. And it's the best feeling. It's whenever I get one of those clients, because we've had a couple of sessions where they're just crying. They're just like, I was not able to move my arm at one point, and now I can extend it.
Wow.
And it feels so good. And,
Yeah.
and they are just like in awe about it. And I'm right there with them. I know, it's so cool,
Yeah.
right? Like,
So
this
cool.
is awesome, because I remember.
You went through that.
Yeah, I remember
yourself.
what that felt like.
And so that's completing the cycle.
Mm-hmm.
You witnessed it for yourself that this was impactful. And your whole purpose in going down this path was to do that for other people. And you're actually doing that for other people.
It's so amazing.
Yeah.
No, it's so amazing to see how the body works and how sometimes it really just is not intention. Other times you'd require something a little bit more medical, things of that nature.
For sure.
Massage doesn't heal everything.
Right.
But there are moments that my clients ask, why was it stuck like this? What happened in this for me to have had that? And most of the time it's really, and I tell them, it's girls, because you're human. Our bodies, we use them and we work them every single day.
Right.
And then we sleep, sometimes not ideally. So then you can wake up with a crooked neck, and it's not specifically because you did something bad, but it was maybe the position. And it just, you never had the chance to relax your body. And it was just in that tense state for a long period of time.
And then we, as humans,
Living
have
it.
patterns,
Yes.
habits,
Yeah.
where we do the same thing over and over. And then you tend to take those patterns for granted. I believe they call it recruitment patterns, right? How do you move? How do you do things? And all of a sudden you do something you've done a million times without even thinking, but you're in a slightly awkward position.
And then,
You're frozen. You're creating knots.
yes.
Also,
All the time you're creating knots all those years.
this is an interesting aspect of so the emotional
Yeah.
holding of tension,
That's real.
stress,
Yes.
experiences, traumas
Mm-hmm.
that are knotted up in the body. So then now when you do go for a move that you have done 1,000 times before, because of all the tension and the emotional stress that has built up in a certain spot, now you're right. So have you had experiences to where you release something emotional in somebody and then they start crying, or do you have any experience in that?
Definitely. It is still very woo. I feel the world still views things like this. Oh, that's not real, but it is very real.
We're getting there.
There was a chapter in school that glazed over that topic. I've always been more spiritual, and I'm essentially more of an empath. So I feel like that helps with massage, because there are moments that there's a certain muscle and it's tight, and I have done everything on the book to release this tension.
It's not working.
And it's not. It is going nowhere.
Got to go on your Jedi mode.
Seriously, even with that. And then, because it still can be considered very controversial, and I never want anyone to feel any type of discomfort, there's always this question that then they ask. And to me, I'm like, okay, that's opening the door to ask more, and if it's emotional. And the questions can be different. So right now, one doesn't come to mind, but they'll say something and I'll just feel it. I'll just be like, okay, they're also witnessing this poor girl has been on there, and it's not coming down. And that's, well, why do you think I think that's the question. Why do you think it's, not, would it have to come again, or how, what can we do?
Right.
And in those moments, I do let my client know, like, sometimes our body holds on to tension. Like we had just discussed, it's repetitive motion, movement, physical movement that we're doing, but our body also holds on to emotional tension. And you don't have to tell me what it is, because privacy.
Right.
But have you experienced something emotionally stressful or a traumatic experience recently, or when this
Started.
manifested? Yeah, it's not. And I kid you not, when they say yes and I'm on that muscle, it just dissolves.
Because they're acknowledging that. Yeah.
And it's just, it melts away.
because they're bottling it up.
Yeah.
And that's part of the problem.
Mhm.
It's something we don't talk about. It's something that's, I'll get over it.
Yeah.
It's something that just happened, and we never think that it's going to manifest itself.
Oh, and it
Get
does.
locked.
With bells, with my experience with Bell's palsy, I looked up the spiritual meaning of that.
Mm.
And it said it's repressed anger and
Oh.
emotions. I know. And I was like, oh, okay. And the therapist that I was speaking to at that time, she had suggested write everything down on a piece of paper. Whatever you held inside, if there was a fight that you had, and because sometimes to keep the peace,
Mhm.
you won't engage into those conversations because you know that can lead to more.
It's only going to,
So then why do? We hold it in.
yeah.
And she says it could be something that happened yesterday, last week, a year ago. It could be something from your childhood. Just start writing it all down, like literally purge all of those
Yeah.
emotions out and write them down. And once they are written, set it on fire.
Yeah.
And that represents you.
Releasing. Yeah.
So I did also incorporate that aspect into my healing. And I do feel that it helped.
For sure.
So here, just them acknowledging just with that simple yes. Okay, let's breathe out.
Yeah.
And we're releasing all of that tension. And those knots just start to melt away. And it is so neat to see that. There have been situations where they got really emotional.
Mhm.
And as a therapist, massage therapy, it's in the words. Literally, it can literally be therapy.
Yeah.
And it's just really important to be present. To
Yes.
be there.
Yeah, you really have to be.
Yeah.
Do that. Speaking of, you're working on people, right? And we're talking about the woo, right?
Yes.
So there is a transfer of energy.
Oh my goodness. Yeah.
How do you guard against that, or how do you mitigate that energy because you're receiving it?
Mm-hmm.
Is there like a technique, or how do you navigate that?
That's a wonderful question.
Another Jedi thing that you
Yeah.
just go in?
At first, I didn't. And I would find myself in a roller coaster of emotions.
Mm-hmm.
And I would not understand why. I'm like,
Why? Yeah.
there's not a full moon. What's going on? But I met this wonderful Reiki master. Her name is Donna Pound. So she's in Midland. So if y'all ever want to get some Reiki done with her, she was the one who really guided me on grounding.
Yes.
She's like, exactly what you said. You are literally healing. The people that are gifted essentially like a purpose, and you're a healer, you're taking on this energy, it has to go somewhere.
Yeah.
So you need to learn how to ground yourself. So she suggests to do like a bubble, to imagine that you're in a bubble, and when you extend out, it's almost like you're wearing gloves,
Okay.
essentially.
Yeah.
So that it can help. And any light that you bring, like the light, you can ask universe, the light within us, your passion, like you bring that forward and you express that. And almost like a sponge. You're a sponge,
Yes.
but you're not a sponge that you keep. You're a sponge that you are clearing off this surface.
Okay.
The sponge retains that. So then you go, after a massage, we wash our hands. She said you need to be very intentional when you wash. And you're washing it all down the drain. And she said, because not one person can carry
Right.
that, like we shouldn't.
No.
But imagining that I massage barefoot, so that's a thing here. Every time you meet me, you'll see me, I'll be barefoot.
Yeah.
And that helps me as well stay very grounded
Grounded.
and connected
Yes.
to the session. Because being present, I believe, helps the most. Some knots are so teeny tiny that when you like glaze over it, I experience it as there's a little lightning in the sky when you see that lightning go a certain way.
Right.
And so my clients will testify to this. I'd be like, oh, did this just go up your shoulder? Did this just go down your neck? And they're like, yeah, how'd you know? And I'm like, because I just felt it. Like, that's so cool.
Yeah.
It still is cool. Here we are 2 years later, and it's awesome.
It's still, yeah, I get it. And just the terminology right there when you're talking grounding, lightning. Why do we have lightning poles that are grounded?
Oh my goodness.
That hit?
Yes.
So you're dissipating the charge,
Mhm.
right?
Mhm.
So their emotional trauma, or just the knots, or however they were created, it is a trauma of some sort.
Yeah.
So when it gets released, it is, and our bodies are very electric.
Yeah.
So when it is released, it does create a spark,
Yes.
like a little lightning. Since you're grounded,
Mhm.
you're dissipating that dissonance in them.
Isn't that so cool?
Super cool. Yeah. Yeah.
It's amazing. Like, I still, every session, I'm in awe. I'm like, I love what I do. Like,
That's amazing.
I love this.
Yeah.
I don't know how in the past I was like, it's all sugar for sure. No,
Nah,
man.
This is where it's at.
This is where it's at.
And that's amazing, right? Because you came into it through the sideways.
It's a great
You didn't
thing.
grow up saying, I'm going to be a masseuse.
Yeah.
Right? You know, I'm going to be a massage. You didn't. You ran into it,
Mhm.
and it ended up being, that's who you are. That's what you do. That's what your purpose is. You found your purpose, right?
Definitely.
And I get asked all the time, Angel, you work with small businesses all the time. The market. What's the best business I can start right now?
Yeah.
Well, my answer is always the same, right? I was like, what are you passionate about?
Yeah.
What's your purpose? Who are you?
Mhm.
Who are you? 3-word question right there that can tell you what kind of business you should start. Now, if you don't know who you are, that's hard to say, I'm going to be a masseuse, a licensed massage therapist.
Yeah.
I'm going to do that, right?
Yeah.
Before, you wouldn't have known that.
Mhm.
You had
And
to go
you're right.
through that experience.
And I do gotta say something though. Even though if you don't know who you are, still try. Because I sure did try in the sugar world. Let me
Right.
tell you,
Yeah.
I did anything and everything. They were very impressed, like in the industry. This girl working out of her home,
Yeah.
and I was over here giving pastry chefs a run for their money. And I know that sounds very vain, but when you in the food industry, like for real, there's a certain confidence
Mm.
that I'm so grateful for that because I didn't have it prior.
Mm.
And I can see how those were steps to where then I needed to be, where I needed to be now. Because my chef then, he was the head chef for the Midland Country Club. And he had promised me that I would have help with me. And he said, yeah, you need to bake some cakes, decorate. You're already skilled at that. You're going to be so great. And I was like, I don't know.
Yeah.
And so I finally said yes to working with him. The title was pastry chef.
Mhm.
And I went, like, the pastry chef? I thought I was going to be someone's assistant.
Oh.
Yeah. No, you got this. We're going to get you some help. That help. It didn't come.
You came in as a sugar mom.
Yeah. Yes. And so shy and timid. And he kept reminding me, no, you know what you need to do in this field. You are the best at this field. And you just need to own it.
Mm.
And I was just like, but chef. I'm like, I felt, oh, how do you put it, out of my league? I mean, pastry chef with this at a very prestigious country club.
Mhm. How? Right.
There's no way. And I did.
Yeah.
I pumped out so many cakes per day just so that I can cater to those parties. And some parties were 300 people parties in the morning, 150 during lunch, maybe a private dinner for 50, and then another little party for 12.
Wow.
Every one of those events needed their own cakes, their own flavors,
Yeah.
their own decor for them. And that really gave me the confidence to say, okay, I can do that. I can do hard things. I can do things that I didn't know that I could do.
It's
You know,
so important.
That was the stamina that then coming here, COVID just lifted. Like, people were able to walk around and do things again.
Yeah.
And here am I, a newly licensed therapist with 0 clients. How was I going to do this? How is that going to happen? And originally, I went into massage thinking, I'll just go work for someone.
Yeah.
I want to take the easy road now.
Mhm.
I thought, I'll just go clock in.
Go do my massage
Yeah,
thing, and I'll go
fine,
home.
you
Yeah.
know? And no, I received, because paperwork also took some time. Like, the government was just opening back up. I submitted all of my paperwork to Texas in December. I did not get my license till May, on Mother's Day, literally. Yeah. It was really cool. So I was waiting for it because I was like, I'm ready to get a job. I'm ready to go somewhere. And it was like, no. So the summer was about to approach, and I said, okay, I'm just going to enjoy the summer. I'm a mom, a single mom, and have 2 kids. And I said, this may be our last summer where we get to really enjoy each other, because I don't know how this career will impact us.
I don't know if my boss will let me off.
Yeah, seriously. And sure enough, here comes the door of opportunity comes knocking, you know? And it was a gentleman that he now is an investor. And so he would flip houses. And he said, there's this one house here, and it's not on a main road, but close to it. It's quiet. There's a huge parking because it's behind a store. And I just kept thinking, because he's an entrepreneur himself, and he's, I think this would be a really cool business. This might be a nice business setup. And I get that phone call, hey, do you want to come check this out? And I'm like, okay. I was just all right.
Yeah.
Come take a look. And he says, what do you think about you becoming, now that you're a massage therapist, to come in and be self-employed and work for yourself? And I'm like, no. I do not want to do that. I don't want to do that. The place was beautiful. The room that I walked into, I said, this is really, it's nice and it's comfortable and it feels right, but that beer.
Yeah.
I said, give me a minute, I need a day to think about it. And I call one of my close friends, Jeanette, and I was like, hey, her and her husband, we sit down, because there were also another couple that I would go and massage, and I told him, I said, this opportunity happened and I'm terrified. I don't know, girl. I just have y'all as my clients. Like, how am I going to do this with now rent and all that overhead that I had never experienced before? And they were just like, no, you can, you're talented, this is great. You get to, all the positive, you get to set your own hours, you get to do your own schedule. And none of that was convincing me. None of it. And then she said, just think about it. And I had a meeting with that investor. And he said, so what do you think? And I was still on the fence. And he can tell that I was. And he's, I know a lot of people, and he does. And he said, I don't know what it is about this home, but out of all of the houses, like this one, it just feels like it should be a business. And I prayed about it, and I asked God, who would be a good fit? And he said, your name came up. Boys, when you put it like that,
so
like, oh man, it felt like cold water just got thrown at me. My heart just sank, almost like, girl, what are you doing? And it brought back a memory. You know, I was doing the cakes. I had always thought, you know, I'm gonna do that. Like, I'm gonna open a business when it comes with cakes. And I was really young then. Financially, I couldn't do this. There was no way. I had children during that phase as well, so it was not possible. And I remember praying, if only someone believed in me. I just need a foundation, just somewhere where I can just open up and start. Yeah. And now here's this God sent that just literally said the magical words to really unlock that fear out of me and really go in it more with faith. And I said, okay. Yes.
Took the leap.
I will do that. Yeah. I had to get everything set up within 2 weeks. He's like, okay. You should open this time, because so looking for a business name, trying to get everything, the whole business aspect, the whole paperwork.
Yeah.
Do I do DBA? Do I go LLC? What do I need to do?
What does all this mean? What am I getting into?
Yeah,
how do I do it right?
Exactly. And sometimes you don't do it right. I started with the DBA, and then I later found out, nope, that was for this industry. That was not really
So there's a lot of liability.
go. And going to the bank and telling them, this is what I have planned. What do I need so that I can open an account? And then them directing me to, oh, you need to go to the courthouse. You need this paperwork. Okay, going to the courthouse. Who do I need to speak to specifically?
Right.
And just literally going by faith.
Right. Because the direction, like, oh, go to the courthouse to talk to somebody to open a business so you can open an
100
account.
offices.
Yeah. But at the same time, it's like they're sending you to get to if they're sending you to the courthouse, it's to get an assumed name, a DBA.
Yes, yes.
But there's not a mention of an LLC.
No.
There's no direction of, hey, think about an LLC. Talk
Yeah.
to somebody who may know something, because that could save one liability,
Mm-hmm.
and then just on your financial side,
Yeah,
it's not, it's better.
it is. It's so mind blowing. But I said, this is the direction. I'm just going to go. I'm just going to go
Yeah.
with it.
And here you are.
Here we are.
Yeah.
I took the course.
You went through
You
the
know,
B Squared Hub Accelerator
The
program.
best. That's
Yeah.
why I learned. I was like, oh, I'm not supposed to be a DBA. Let's
Yeah.
get LLC'd.
Yeah.
And then all the paperwork to that. A lot of hats off. You guys are doing an amazing work. And I have always felt very safe. I guess for me would be the best word I can describe.
That
know,
means a lot.
Comfortable. Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah, for sure.
love
Because
that.
I think we started it, same reason you started yours.
Yeah.
There's a purpose. We had experiences.
Yeah.
We owned businesses before, and things didn't go the way that we thought they were. Things weren't the house wasn't built like we thought it was. you know?
Yeah.
So you learn. You
Yeah.
go through these experiences and you fail, but that failure is just your launching point
Yes.
where you find yourself, find your purpose,
Mhm.
and then you go help people,
Yeah.
because that's the purpose, right?
Yeah.
That's the baseline, is that you're helping people navigate life.
Yeah.
You know,
And in every avenue, because you helped me so much. I had no idea what I was doing, but I was like, I'm doing it. The financial sides, no one talks about that. Everybody says, let's do the hustle.
yeah,
Get up and go and put the mindset.
Uh-huh.
And all of that really does work.
for
But
sure.
what about the accountant?
Uh-huh.
Or what about my paperwork? What about my taxes?
Yeah,
What about all of what would it be? The taboo aspect of business? Because it feels that way for me.
Mm.
It feels very taboo. No one wants to talk about their financials or how they get it. Or when
Right.
having the BAM Entrepreneurship program was phenomenal.
That's awesome to hear. Yeah, because you were, I believe, you were in our first
Yeah.
accelerator program, and to see you then, and you were just starting out, and to look at you now, off to the races and crushing it. That's what I'm saying. That's so awesome to witness your growth. And I'm really, really like excited about what does Brenda have? What does Honey and Sage have in the future? What are you looking towards? What's your goals? What do you want to do?
For the future, if it's one thing that I've learned, is I'm going to give it to God. Because I can think one thing,
For sure.
and it's, no, that's not the direction. Currently, I was studying to become an instructor. So
Okay.
that's in the works. That's for the future.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I think you'd be an amazing
Oh.
teacher. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I plan to just teach my passion, and rather that will be, at a college or here. I still don't know yet, but teaching more people to become therapists or continuing education. So therapists that are already that they're already established, but they want continuing education because we are required to continuously learn and have hours to update our
Skill set.
and our license. Yeah.
Yeah. So
So that's needed.
you're gonna be able to teach them how to be Jedis.
Yeah, definitely.
Spread the Jedi
Like,
order.
come
Come on.
You can sense it, you can feel it.
Yeah.
So that's in the works. What is new with Honey and Sage right now is the Shatsu massage.
Okay.
So the Shatsu massage is where I use full body pressure. So traditional massage, we use our hands. And so I massage with my feet.
You're standing up,
Yeah,
walking on
exactly.
people.
I walk on them.
Ah, you're a body walker, not
Yeah.
a skywalker.
There we go. I love it. And it's really neat.
Huh.
A whole other experience. It's a deeper pressure because
Yeah.
I'm
Your whole. Yeah.
fully standing on you. And the best way to, because I know people, they're going to be like, there's some people who are listening to me like, oh, feet, I don't know. Either you'll love it or you'll hate it. So it's can be one of those things. But if you're open to it
Yeah.
and you give a Shatsu a chance, the best way that I can describe it, because to get licensing, you have to give massage, but you have to receive massage. So it felt like I was being massaged with the forearm the whole time.
Okay.
It's just longer strokes and just more pressure. If you didn't know that that was the massage that you were going to receive, I don't think
Couldn't
you
tell
would.
the
No, you
difference.
couldn't. Just that pressure.
Yeah.
It's intense, but in a good way.
Yeah.
It's so slow. So here with the table massage, we offer a 60-minute or a 90-minute, and with the shiatsu, it starts at a 90-minute massage.
Starts?
Yes,
Oh, wow.
because you have to go slow. There's more pressure. The muscles really need to relax into that session. It's not an invasive massage. It's very, I was told they're like, it was almost hypnotic. Have you ever been in that sweet spot when you're,
Like in
this
flow?
happens, yeah. We all have it
Yeah.
in our industry. A musician will then just get
Right.
into that. We
Yes.
describe that flow. But that is experienced in sessions.
Yeah.
And I've noticed more of those compliments with the shiatsu massage. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's pretty neat.
That is super cool. Yeah. And it's called what?
A shiatsu.
Shiatsu.
Yeah.
Ah, okay.
I know.
Shiatsu.
It sounds.
Is that Japanese? What's the origin of
It
that?
is East. It is Eastern. They did start that. Shiatsu has been hundreds.
Yeah.
I'm going to exaggerate, maybe thousands
Probably.
of years.
Yeah.
It's Eastern medicine. We're able to bring it over.
That's cool. So that's new to your repertoire.
Yes.
You just had that.
Yep.
So tell us about your other services. Do you offer different types of massages?
Yeah.
What else do you?
So for the beginner,
Mhm.
I would recommend a Swedish massage.
Swedish.
Yes, it's so relaxing. It is a light to a medium pressure massage. If you're new, you don't know what to expect. With the Swedish, it's more to relax you. It's more of a relaxation. We are not focusing on any body aches or anything like that. It's to feel pampered and spoiled,
Okay.
and to feel just amazing, to help with mental fatigue, that type of emotional stress.
Yeah.
That is a really great massage for anyone. And
Yeah.
you can get a Swedish massage as many times as you want. That's not some massages, it's like there's a time frame when you can get it again.
Because recovery time.
Yes.
Okay.
And the Swedish, you can get it every day if you could.
Ah,
Yeah.
okay.
It's just that feel amazing
Yeah.
massage. It's really light and it's really pampering.
Okay.
So then the next is a deep tissue massage. So that one, if you're feeling a little achy and you want more focus on that, a little bit of focus on it, that is what I would recommend for here at Honey and Sage. I use what are called gua shas. I don't have any out right now. Not to show it. But it is a tool that I use along with bamboo sticks to really get into the muscles and to get into those crevices and really scrape them out. Essentially, it's a clinical term, scraping. So those that have been in massage or more in sports massage, that's what is incorporated into the deep tissue.
Okay.
And it's the coolest feeling. You get a lot of relief and range of motion back. So if something really does hurt, and these are the trouble areas, like we were describing, like the low back pain, it could be anything. It could be your hands, just something that you have noticed it was working, and now I cannot move. So I use the description of my hand. I can't squeeze my hand as much as we can, or move it, or now they're just achy all the time. So for that one is what I call the overhaul massage. So we just throw everything at them. We do the gua shas, the bamboo sticks, that we apply cupping therapy into that. Yeah, the hot stones.
Okay.
There's some light stretching and assisted range of motion. We go through that massage, and it is a localized massage. As we described, that it could probably be in my hand. The whole 60 minutes or 90 minutes, depending which package you like, would be curated to, if it's the hand, the wrist, the forearm, the bicep, tricep, and then some of the shoulder. Because it really requires that much attention too, because now we have a goal in mind. So how can we remove it? I usually always tell my clients, this is essentially it's known as more along the lines of a sports massage. But when people say, oh, it's a sports massage, they automatically think.
I'm not an athlete.
Exactly.
So.
I'm not an athlete. I don't need that. Yes, we do. Yes, we do. Like, you are a secretary in your work on the keys all day, you are using
Right.
all of your fingers, all your ligaments, all your forearms. You're doing that type of typing motion constantly all day. That is your muscles in that area. You're working them like an athlete.
Right.
You're in the kitchen, like line cooks, and I think of that because that was my industry. We carry, lift heavy things.
Yeah.
We're always on a constant stress level
Mm-hmm.
because of that type of industry. Things need to go out at a certain time.
Right. Because
And
things are bad.
Yeah, and then they be chopped up. So there's a lot of chopping. There's a lot of flipping.
Right.
That flick of the wrist. You know?
Right.
And so that tends to be more of an upper body, hands, forearms type of thing. Anyone that's in construction, here is the oil field.
Yeah.
There's a lot of heavy lifting.
Mm-hmm.
That's to do with that.
Repetitive movements.
Yes, even truck drivers, you're sitting
Oh,
for
yeah.
a long period of time. That gets
Yeah.
so tiring for the body. And so then that's more lower body. So if these are the areas that are hurting,
Mhm.
then it makes sense to really spend the 60 or the 90 minutes on that area
Yeah.
and really localize the massage to give you more of a long-term benefit. One massage, so this is a goal-oriented session. One massage doesn't cure all.
Right.
It's like anything.
Mhm.
Those require a little bit repetitive sessions, and depending on how the client is feeling, then that curates the next session.
Right.
Some people, they had tension, and maybe one massage, really an overall massage was all that they needed.
Yeah.
Some could have been a little bit more stress on the body, so it would require one or two additional, and then a deep tissue after that, or anything else. And after that, it's that session, the overhaul massage, is where I get those moments where they're like, "Oh my God, I don't know that I could feel this way again. Like, this is amazing." Like, it's that session.
Yeah.
And those are my favorites. Like, to be able to feel their excitement, because I'm like, girl or guy, I know I've been there.
In there. Yeah.
I know how amazing that feels to think I don't have to live like that. You know?
Yeah. This is
so
not
cool.
how it is.
Yeah,
right?
sciatic pain. Yeah. It's the
And so,
same
like, when
with
they
overall,
come in here and they have that experience, they leave pretty much a transformed person.
for the most part.
They're kind of like back to their original selves.
Yeah, we're
So
getting there for sure. They
carry-
notice a difference. Yes.
they're lighter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And sore. So I do tell them, I'm like, you're
Man,
gonna be sore.
that's a good sore though.
Yeah, it
Right?
really is.
You know, because like I know I had stopped working out for a while,
Mm-hmm.
and I got back in the gym, and like I felt so sore. I was like, oh, this is so good.
Yes, it's so
I
good.
love feeling the sore. Like,
Yes.
come on.
And that's what I tell people. I'm like, it literally was a workout
Mhm.
for your muscles.
Yeah.
So let's have some time to recover. Don't work out the next day. Don't work out that day.
Yeah.
Drink plenty of fluids to help flush all everything that was stagnant. We need to flush it out.
Mhm.
And we've noticed like a amazing recovery with that because we're using everything that
Yeah.
I have on hand to help relieve this tension. After that, we have more of a pampering session. So the hot stone massage.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one's so cool. So the hot stone massage, we use hot stones for the whole body. Sometimes they'll say, "Oh, we're gonna do the hot stone massage," and they'll give you a full body massage, and then they'll just use hot stones for like your back for a couple minutes. No, you get the hot stones top to bottom.
Oh, wow.
You know, it's a very luxurious session. That one I use. It's an oil base that I use for that massage, so that your body gets a little bit more, not just more of that glide, that pampering, but because of the heat, your pores tend to open up a little bit more, so you get more of that moisturizing treatment with it.
Okay.
It's super sexy. I don't know how to. It's so luxurious. You will feel like royalty with that
Okay.
one. Yeah.
Okay.
I have what is called the honeycomb wellness. That is a 2-hour massage.
Oh wow.
Yes, it's incredible, to say the least. Some people they always say, "Oh, an hour's not enough." Or 90 minutes, they get off their table and they're like, "Already?" And I'm like, "Already." So there's that package, the 2-hour session, and that comes with some tea to enjoy. You have the room to yourself for about 15 to 20 minutes after that session, because it's that flow state that we're talking about. And we use hot stones throughout that session as well. That you're so mellow and just chilled after that.
Yeah.
The last thing somebody wants to do is just run out
Alright,
the
come on.
door. Yeah, let's go.
Right.
There's this other.
Yeah.
No, we bring out the tea, and it's a specialty blended tea. Depending on their mood, then I curate a tea for that, and they get to sit back. I tell them bring a book, or if you want to stretch, the room is huge. I'm like, you
Yeah.
can meditate or something, you have the room to yourself, and we'll just lightly knock on the door.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's been like 20 minutes, and are you ready? And they're like, I needed that. Just that, take it all in after an experience.
Just sit with it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was beautiful. Just to sit with it.
Mm-hmm.
That's been incredible.
Yeah.
Couples classes.
Couples.
So, yeah.
Oh.
Go teach couples.
Said
how to-
classes.
Classes,
Like
yes.
to massage each other?
Mhm.
Oh, that's super cool.
Yes, it's a 4-hour class.
Ah.
It's so neat. So essentially, you get a 2-hour massage each
Okay.
in the session because we take turns. They take turns.
Right.
And not only do you get a 2-hour massage, but what in the industry is called, and it's super luxurious, you get a 4-handed massage.
2 people.
Yeah.
Ah.
Because I teach, and I've known this is who I am. I have to show. That's how I teach. I have to show you how, demonstrate how
Yeah.
I'm doing this.
Especially in something like this. It
Yeah.
is very hands-on.
Mm-hmm. I'm on one side, and the partner is on the other, and then we have one on the table. So I'm like, this is how we're going to start to massage on the arm or down the back, and we do it together so that they can see what it is that the pressure, the speed. We talk through the muscles, more of preference. So that's a very curated massage. Sometimes the man wants to come and it's like, all of this hurts. And the woman or their partner will say, I really want to help my partner in these areas. This is where they're hurting.
Yeah.
How can I help them?
Yeah.
So then we go and we can focus on that
Okay.
and say, okay, this is how you can help relieve this type of tension. This muscle is tight. So then this is how then we would be able to massage it. Things of that sort. Or they want it to be very relaxing and sensual massage. So we dance on that, so to speak. It's more, when we get into that, more of the romantic side of massage, I guess is the best way to say that. It's learning how to connect with your partner. So then a whole lot more of the spiritual
Right.
comes in, more of people understand.
I bet it surprised a lot of people.
It does.
When that happens. They're like, what is this?
Yeah. This is so cool.
Yeah. It's because it's now you're activating like your inside.
Yeah. It's like all the chakras. And so we talk about that. It's like this will be then a heart-centered massage. When it's something like that, then the massage will be slower, more gentle, light pressure. This is where then we can activate more of the intimacy without pushing the sexual, because that's a whole other experience.
That's a whole other, yeah.
That's after a massage.
Yeah.
Y'all go home. Let's be real. I mean,
there is a completely different world from intimacy
yes.
and sexual.
Yes. And so we touch more on the intimacy.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so that's more soulful.
Yeah.
It's holistic.
That's what I'm saying. Most people, if they experience that's probably one of the first times they've probably experienced that, because so many of us are closed off to that. It's just the world that we live in.
Yeah.
It's fast paced.
Yes.
We're connected to the internet. It's everything is results right now.
Go. Yeah.
Yeah, it's all corporeal.
Yes.
It's all physical, and we often forget about the spiritual side.
And learning how to turn that off.
Recognizing it. Yeah.
Yeah. That's a good way, to turn it off. If you want something special to treat your partner with, if you want to connect in that way, bring, essentially, ignite the romance.
Yeah.
And it's very innocent.
Yeah.
It's very,
sure.
and it's intimate, and we'll put candles on. Let's dim the lights a little bit, and it's very just overall romantic. And seeing how there's a moment where you can witness it, like they sync up.
Yes.
Is the best way to put it.
Yes. Yeah.
And there is this tenderness that just comes out of the partner that was a little bit more rigid when they started.
Right.
And that's when it's like, we got it. Like that was the goal, is to bring that emotional closeness.
Yeah. And going through that experience, I can only imagine that this has been a realization to where they actually see their partner for the first time.
Oh, that's interesting. Yeah.
Because I bet you a lot of them have walked in here that had that experience just thinking, oh, we're going to massage each
Oh,
other.
yeah. The guys always hate it.
All right, I got dragged into this.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
then they're leaving, they're like,
Oh, yeah.
I love you.
Oh, Yeah, they're on the table, and they're like, "Can I just have her 2 hours?" This is heaven.
You know, I can only imagine. Has anybody ever proposed, like on the spot, like, "Will you marry me?"
Oh, I know, right? That would be so cool. That's gonna be a goal. I don't, let's put that in the universe.
I was gonna
Give
say
her a
probably
proposal.
like sign something that's like, no life changing decisions are gonna be made in the next 2 hours. Okay,
They have mainly been married couples that I've came to have this class for their anniversaries.
Ah.
So it's so beautiful.
yeah,
And we do bring, I let them bring like some bubbly and some white wine or something to celebrate this moment. Because it's almost a whole day. And like I said, at first they're like, oh, we're here. But something that just turns off once either way. She could be on the table and it's a whole vibe. Like it's hard to describe just the environment and then seeing, oh no, that's too hard. Like I want you to go a little more slower and just follow me. And then it's okay. And then when that syncs up,
yeah,
and then they see how their partner just like melts into the table is the best way to put it. Because as a therapist, we experience that, and
Right.
it's so cool.
yeah,
And then it's oh, it's those aha moments that you're talking about. Like I really like this, or when they're the ones receiving, that massage. It's like I don't want this to stop, and then they think this was amazing because they have now that connection. They walk
Yes.
out the door with that connection,
right,
and it's a continuation of pouring into each other's cups because they just realized how to relax their partner
right,
when it's mutual.
yes,
Now he may know this pressure was too heavy when I tried to massage her, and that's why she didn't like it before.
right,
Now I know the pressure for her, and then the same thing for her. Okay, when he's hurting here, I know that I can help alleviate that, and then those moments
yeah,
continue.
yeah,
And I had a client. She was my first couples class, and about a year and a half later, so about a couple months back, she referred me this young lady, and she was like, yeah, I came here because so and so recommended you take your class. And she still talks about it. She's like, oh, that just made our marriage so great. Like we are still in that like honeymoon because it was just
yeah,
everything that we needed. And one of the 5 love languages is touch.
yeah,
And it's so awesome to hear that my client from a year and a half ago is still just as excited about it and is still
Step
telling
one.
other clients like that was amazing. Just
awesome.
reliving that moment, saying it's the best thing.
yeah,
Go give it a try. Go give her a try. Just book a massage.
yeah.
So it's been very, very rewarding.
It's I can tell just by listening to you and watching you talk, you're fulfilled.
Oh, definitely.
Your craft. Not even call it a career. Right? It's your
Yeah.
craft, right? Is who you are, and it fulfills you. And I think that's the goal,
Yes.
right? That is the goal of like not just to do away with entrepreneurship and business and all that. That's cool. Those are nice words, but you're fulfilled in your life, right? You reach your life purpose,
Yes.
and now what you do with your business, being an entrepreneur,
Yeah.
is from there, right? It all comes from this source that is coming out, and now you're able to you're expressing yourself through your business and entrepreneurship,
I love that. Thank you. Yes, it feels just like that.
and that's where the magic is, right?
Definitely.
Yeah, man, this has been amazing
Thank you.
talking with you. And do you have any parting words for the entrepreneurs out there wanting to start a business? They don't know what, or maybe they do know what. Maybe they have that fear of getting started. Do you have anything as last words?
Do it anyways. Do it anyways. Just go. Just try. Just fail. Try something new. Get back up. If I can say anything, I think it was that. Just get back up.
Get back up.
Get back up. Because there are moments that can hit. Right now, you're hearing all this amazing aspects of it, but 2-3 months into my business, the books were empty.
Yeah. Yeah.
There was nothing on there. And it was terrifying.
I just signed a lease.
Yeah.
My rent's coming up.
Yes. And I'm like, this is now coming out of my own pocket. And massage, I did not have a backup. I wasn't working anywhere else. Like this was it.
Yeah.
And I just kept thinking, like, I walk by faith, not by sight. And having to tell myself, just get back up. Just because there are moments that self-doubt is real.
Yeah.
That self-doubt is crippling.
Yeah.
That will kill more dreams than actually just getting back up and
failing.
And failing and
Yeah.
trying.
Getting back up.
There's beauty in that. There really is beauty in that. It does not feel like it in the moment, and it can be terrifying. And everyone can tell you, no, this is not it. What are you doing? You're crazy. Or you can be telling yourself that, but you don't know until you try. And continue to try, even though the fruits are not there immediately. It wasn't like that for me in the beginning. No one knew me, and I'm surrounded by businesses that are, what is this called, corporate?
Yeah.
Yeah, corporate businesses that are in the massage industry. And I'm like, wow,
Yeah.
how am I going to do this? And just get back up. Just
Get back up.
keep going. Try something different. Networking is also beautiful.
Absolutely.
I believe in that. It's getting out there, exposing yourself. I'm a very introverted person.
But you've been getting out a lot lately.
Yes, I have.
Yeah.
And it is because of my passion that I've been getting out.
Right.
Like, it's still not easy.
Oh, no.
There's still moments I'm in the car, and I'm in the car for 10, 15 minutes.
Psyching yourself out. Come on.
Yeah. Like, hyping myself up so I can open the
Yeah.
door. Like, I'm dressed. I know that I have everything, but I'm like, I'm about to walk in with a bunch of strangers. Like, and those moments hit as an introverted person. And then I was shy, and I had limiting beliefs.
We all got it.
Yeah. You know, it's real. I am an advocate about talking about this kind of stuff.
For sure. It needs to be a conversation.
I feel like it does, because it's not talked about enough. A lot of people think, oh, it's just,
Right.
they don't experience that. I believe that for a long time.
Yeah.
People don't experience that. They're not insecure. Look at that person. They're just
Right.
go. I'm not that. And then you psych yourself out. And then now you start meeting these people and have conversations, and then they open up and they're like, I still get anxiety. And I'm like, what?
Yeah.
No way. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know?
So, some of the greatest performers, artists, entertainers, you catch them outside, not on stage doing their thing. They are introverts.
Yeah.
It takes them a lot to get on stage.
Yes.
They have to prepare and psych themselves out, hype themselves up to get on that stage and perform. And then when they get there, just like, oh, there's no way they have any fear up there, but it's
You would have never
it's
known.
it's pushing through that fear
Yes.
that they're able to do what they do.
Yeah. Because you have what you said, that purpose.
That-
I really feel like
that-
purpose drives you beyond your comfort zone. And as
Absolutely.
long as you hold on to that, just get back up. Just
Get back
go
up.
and try.
I love it. Love it. Love it. So where can people get a hold of you? Where do they find you? Social media, website, what you got?
Awesome. Yeah, so I am on Facebook and Instagram, and the handle is at honey.sage.massage.
Okay.
And for sure, if you want to book an appointment, because it is a massage by appointment right now, it would be through the website. So
Okay.
www.honeysagespa.com.
honeysagespa.com.
I have everything on there. Everything that we discussed about, the classes, the different massage sessions.
Awesome.
There's a membership as well for those that just love massage and would want to be more on a routine in the schedule.
Yeah.
So all of that would be accessed through the website.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much,
Thank
Miss
you.
Brenda. And congratulations so far and on your continued success.
Oh my goodness. Thank you so much, Angel.
Absolutely.
Fabulous.
All right. We'll see you.